Good morning, it's Friday the 30th of October 2020 and it is 8:30 in the morning and it looks like it's going to be a glorious day today, and I need to clean the chicken shed out before it gets too warm.
So Gina, do you want to explain to YouTube why Ken always braais alone?
Because I don't like red meat.
Don't like red meat?
No.
No. But you will eat red meat, but on very special occasions.
Yeah. I like mince when it's all in little bits and there's no gristle or bone or...
So what is it about meat that you don't like? It's about the chewy, like if you hit something that's a bit weird.
I'm a lazy eater. I can't be bothered to chew. That's true.
That's not good. But yeah. See, now that's why. It's not that Gina's starving and stuff. She's had her lunch already. What did you have?
I had fresh pasta, tomatoes, walnuts, olive oil, cheese. Did I say tomatoes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Walnuts.
And some biscuits.
And some olive oil.
And that was naughty.
And some cheese.
Oh, and some balsamic squidge.
Nice. It's like a glaze.
Yeah.
And so it's important to have a well-balanced plate of food. And by well-balanced, I mean you've got to space the chops out so that the plate doesn't fall over. Unfortunately, I've brought all of the damn flies here. You know, we have this fly problem on the farm, and this area was fly-free until I cooked this. But anyway, like the most important thing is, let's dig into one of these. Look at this one. Oh, looks brilliant. Yeah. That's the spot. It's Monday the 26th of October 2020. It's almost 2 p.m. and we're taking the little peaches down to the lake. We're going to have a little walk, maybe a little swim. It's a little bit on the chilly side today. It's the car's saying that it's only 14 degrees. So Gina and I won't be joining them in the water. So we're at the Marateka, which is a big dam. If you've been watching our videos, you know that we come here quite often. Hey guys and girls, it's Wednesday the 4th of November 2020. It's 1 p.m. and autumn has finally arrived. You can really feel it. I'm just looking at AccuWeather here, which is like our favorite weather app, and today is 12 degrees with a real field temperature of 9. And if you zoom in on that, there's wind gusts of 44 kilometers an hour, so it's pretty chilly today. And fortunately we've got a nice fire going and things are starting to warm up.
Last year we moved into the farm in December in the middle of a storm. The day we moved was Storm Elsa.
Storm Elsa, yeah, the biggest storm of the year.
When we moved into the farm, it was an abandoned farm. It hadn't been lived in for quite some time, so the windows and the door were still the old-fashioned metal doors, metal windows.
Single glazing.
Single glazing. Lots and lots of ventilation through the windows where there was lots of gaps that you could see curtains moving as the wind was blowing. So it's taken us quite a while, I think, to maybe get the house better equipped for winter. Yeah. Our original winter last year was quite a shock to the system. It was much cooler than I anticipated it. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, it was cold. We had storm after storm. We didn't have a wood burner, so we just had like an open fire. And the problem with the open fire was as soon as you shut all of the windows and doors in the house, the smoke wouldn't go up the chimney anymore and would actually fill up the house. So it was a real disaster. In order to have a fire going, you had to have the door open or a window open. And you know, even though Portugal isn't nowhere near as cold as England, when it does get down sort of close to 0 degrees for those couple of weeks in winter, you really do feel it when you have to have a window open. So this year we've got a nice wood burner. We did install it last year, but we didn't have it installed properly. We also have a nice insulated front door. We have insulated windows with double glazing. And at the moment, now when you start a fire, it's just so much warmer in here. You can really feel it radiating through the room. So I think we're going to be much better off this year.
And I also have an electric blanket, and I've used it a couple of times already, and it's amazing. So that's going to be really nice. It's going to be lovely to get into a warm bed. I hate it in the summer, getting into a warm bed, but in the winter, when your bones are tired, and we don't have a bath, so I think...
we just don't bath. We don't do anything. We just stink, basically.
And we have a shower, but we don't have a bath, so you can't warm through, whereas that heated blanket is kind of the next best thing to a bath.
Well, one of the nice things about winter is we have endless water. We have so much water on the farm in winter that you can actually have like half an hour long showers, and you know, and that's kind of like having a bath. That can really warm you right through. And we get a lot of hot water for free from our solar system. And even in winter, there is still the sun shining, so you do get quite a lot of you know, water that way, or hot water that way. And then there's obviously a backup electrical system. The last summer I was trying to save water because we didn't really know how much we had. So I was having really short showers, but I do love to have a really long, hot, you know, boiling hot shower. It's just one of my favorite things.
The nice thing about Portuguese winters are we get an hour's more sunshine than we do in England during the like mid-winter.
Only 1 hour?
Yeah, it's 1 hour more.
Okay.
From sunset to, well, sunrise to sunset. So that's really nice because it means during the day when the sun's out, most of the time it's warm enough just to be in a thin jumper when the sun's out. Obviously, as soon as that sun goes down, it's cold. But it's nice to have good quality daylight during the winter.
And there's sunshine.
Yeah, which you don't often get in England, so that's nice.
So the winter in the UK is usually sort of grey and cloudy. Actually, the summer in the UK is usually grey and cloudy as well. But over here, you do get, you know, grey, cloudy days like today, where there's a little bit of a storm. But once that all clears up, you have blue skies, the sun shines, and even in winter, when it's like a cold day, as soon as you get that, you know, sunshine on your skin, it kind of warms you up. So a lot of you are asking about our olive harvest and when that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's happening in the next couple of weeks. You know, there's a lot of olives actually lying on the ground already, so I assume they're ready to come off the trees. We're going to be helping our neighbours this year, and our next door neighbour, he's hurt his neck, so we're going to help him with his olives, and then he's going to help us with our olives. He's got all of the equipment. He's got the shaker, which is like some broomstick type thing with carbon fibre fingers. You attach it to a battery, and you stick it in the tree, and it basically shakes all the olives out. So he's not going to be able to do that this year because he's hurt his neck. So I'm going to give them a hand with that, and well, they know best exactly when to do all of these things. I know they've been looking at the trees, and they've been obviously planning and figuring out when they're going to do it. But I assume it's happening quite soon. The farm's been getting a lot greener, so all of the fields are all green again. It's really awesome to see, because a couple of weeks ago it was just like all dusty and just brown dust, and you would never think that anything would grow again, and all of a sudden now we've just got all of this beautiful greenery coming through. There's lots of autumn leaves just blowing all over the place. The leaves are falling off the trees, turning yellow, turning orange, amazing colours. And the farm's going to start looking really good again soon.
I noticed when I went into the chicken house the last couple of days that Mama Hen has started nesting again. She's gone broody. I haven't picked her up to see how many eggs she sat on, because she's quite wedged into the little nest box.
Yeah.
So it seems a bit of an odd time of year, but she knows best. She's chicken mama.
Yeah.
So we might just need to keep an eye on her, see if we get some new chicks.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought chickens were like a springtime thing, when it starts to warm up. But maybe she got fooled, because maybe it got cold and then got warm again.
It did, I think. The week before last it was chilly, and then last week it was warmed up again. But just keep an eye on her.
Yeah, so at the moment we've got 24 chickens running around. I think people thought that Nando's, our big rooster, our original big boy rooster, died, but actually that's not the case. It was one of his little sons. I said in a previous video that one of the roosters died. It wasn't Nando's, don't worry, he is still alive and clucking.
He's looking a bit manky at the minute because they're molting, so
he looks terrible.
He's lost all his tail feathers, so he can't shake his tail feathers anymore.
Yeah.
But he's healthy and fit and still doing his do with the girls.
Yeah. Hey guys and girls, it's Thursday the 12th of November 2020, 2:42. And well, this is the first that you're going to have seen of me since I had my terrible man flu incident. So basically it's been 1 week since I had the man flu, and I'm still feeling a little bit run down, to be honest. I'm not sick anymore, I don't have a fever anymore and all of that, but I'm just a little bit weak and kind of just a bit low, really. But I'll be back, so don't worry about that. It basically started on a Thursday. It was typical sort of man flu stuff, where you got a bit of a scratchy throat, a bit of the sniffles, nothing too bad. Time to relax and play some video games kind of thing. And then by the next day, it progressed into like a proper sort of fever, where it was like 40-degree fever, and couldn't leave the bed, really weak, sore all over. And then that carried on until the Sunday. On the Sunday, finally, the fever broke, and I was like, oh, wow, brilliant, I'm going to be fine now, It all broke, everything was okay until the Monday, and then all of a sudden I got gastroenteritis. So it was kind of weird. I got like the flu, and then I got gastroenteritis. And then there I was like incredibly upset stomach, and, another sort of starting to get a fever again, and so I kind of got hit by two things, which is really bizarre. I've never really been ill like that before. But I'm coming right now, and anyway, I don't usually moan about stuff, but I'm sure people wanted to know where I was and what happened, and so that's the story. I'm on the mend, and I'm going to be back and firing on all cylinders soon. Actually, that's a lie. I've never fired on all cylinders before, so I'll be firing on as many as I used to. Cheers.